Hello and welcome to the final 9 of the 2024 True Bank Des Moines Challenge presented by DGA. We are at Pickard Park in Indianola, Iowa. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two huggies.
Honk. We are watching some golf.
It's Championship Sunday.
Yeah, it's really tight up at the top. Honestly, it's very exciting.
Mm-hmm. And these holes are where things get weird. Thankfully, we did not have a bunch of rain, but it is sloppy out on the course, muddy, slippy, all of that stuff. You can see a lot less birdies today than we saw yesterday on the front 9.
Scoggins hanging on to a one-stroke lead over Natalie Ryan. Emily Weatherman with the hot round in solo third, only 2 strokes back of Eliezra, Midtlyng, Holyn, Handley, not far behind. I mean, anyone within striking distance. A lot can happen on the back.
Yeah, someone's got to put their foot on the gas. Because right now everyone's looking a little bit like they don't want it.
They're coasting.
They're coasting.
What are they doing?
Hole 10 at 785 feet. We watched Emily Weatherman as we close out the back 9, get a birdie on this one. You can take any of those gaps in the first line of trees. Go wherever you want, really. The important one is the second shot. Make sure you don't land behind that big middle guardian tree. Wherever you land, as long as it's not behind that tree, you do have a little bit of a sketchy downhill shot to this very OB-laden green. Don't go right in the trees. There's still an OB line back there. It's possible for double punishment. This hole can stack strokes, but it's also a very gettable birdie, being a short par 5.
Natalie going to get caught up earlier than you'd like and kind of a bad roll towards that bigger tree. She has the power to potentially still birdie from there, but it might be a standstill. Ellie with a big shot through kind of the main gap that everyone takes, gets past that final tree. That's going to be really good. Going all the way to the left side. Why don't I remember what she did yesterday? I just never know what she's going to do.
I think she did this also yesterday, yeah. But turfed it a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Holyn getting under these branches and aggressively attacking this fairway.
Oh, man, that's so good. And a bummer to be kind of pinned on that little tree. With a little bit of a flex, getting to the top of the hill, we saw one of the best approaches we've seen from her yesterday to get all the way to the pin from a little bit farther back. So she's in range, but still difficult. You want to be a little bit farther to make the next shot easier.
Natalie with definitely a difficult follow through. She's still to the top of the hill, and she knows she can get down to the green from there, but not as much bit off as we saw from her yesterday.
Yeah, wasn't she pinned on the hay bale?
Yep. Ellie going monster shot.
Huge. Wow. Look at those are the circle 2 tassels. She's 100 feet away.
What? She's blowing my mind today. Holyn trying to do the same, but that tree is definitely in her backswing.
Still really good.
Yeah, still gets huge distance. You stop.
You stop it. Wow, love to see what she could do without a tree in her way. That was crazy. Natalie's third, probably still blind.
That's so good.
Yeah, really good.
On the edge of circle, she will have a little bit of an obstructed putt, but a putt nonetheless.
Can see the basket. And going way right. I don't think that was intentional.
No, maybe a little slip. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, she had to be going to the left of the tree, right? Yeah. Just a grip lock of some kind, but she's going to be OB and,
Doors open.
Wide open.
Holyn is parked for birdie. Ellie putting for eagle.
Yeah, you think she's going for it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of a nice little backstop behind it. It's going to be a really easy birdie.
She shrugs and says, Natalie, with a branch in the way.
unable to convert.
33% of the field got birdies on hole 10. That's 14 on the day. Owen and Natalie just going to settle for pars.
Isn't that a bogey for Owen?
Oh, yes.
With the OB stroke?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yes. My bad. Natalie with some more balance issues on the green. Another chase card check-in. Emily Weatherman. You heard of her? Right down the middle gap, playing super solid today. That is a little more pinched than you want, but she can still see the basket, swinging a hyzer around to the sloped green. That lands perfectly. No.
Oh, man. This hillside can be so mean.
This green makes me angry.
Oh, all right. That putt makes me happy, though.
Yeah. What a response. Tie at the top now. After Owen takes the bogey, Emily also.
Three-way tie at the top.
Yeah, on the chase card, catching up 5 down.
Okay. Hole 11, we just saw it, par 4, 453 feet. We see a lot of ladies with that elite level power getting all the way through this tunnel. You can lay up a little bit short and kind of break the hole into 2 if you want. Just want to stay in the middle, and then on the approach shot, as we saw with Emily's disc, you want to try to land so that your disc is not going to roll. So either spike it in or try to kind of match the angle. Everyone wants to get this one.
Ellie with an early release. She's going to have to deal with the left side. Pretty much an instant par from there, at best. Holyn's been really aggressive on this tee shot, just getting all the way through the gap.
Yeah.
Nice straight skips.
Didn't do it again.
Ooh, business, Holyn.
So business. Natalie has also been quite aggressive and no difference today. That's looking good. It just needs to check up before the edge, and it does. Yeah, Halo Destroyer, very aggressive.
Yeah, that was great. Owen trying to work up the right side. Doesn't get the fade that she wants, and she's going to have some scrambling to do. She might even be in pitch-out territory.
Man, strange to see. You just don't see Owen make so many back-to-back mistakes typically. Just struggling. Happens to everybody. Ellie just having to pitch out.
Owen also pitch out. And that is taking your medicine on hole 11. Seems pretty straightforward from here, but you want to make sure to land and not necessarily hit the base of that basket. Owen, she's fine. She's right outside the bullseye.
She probably doesn't know, though. That's the thing. You never know how far it rolls once you see it rolling. You're like, well, could be 10, could be 80. Ellie kind of saws it off, and she's going to have a outside the circle putt coming back at it for a birdie.
Kind of misjudged the distance there. Smoothie.
Yeah.
Holyn.
Really great touch backhand from her. I feel like usually she just
Lasers it into the hill.
Yeah, so it's cool to see her developing those skills.
Oh.
Nice little eagle run from Natalie. She's just outside the bullseye. Looking to take solo first right now. Oh man. I do love that she ran it, but dang it.
Yeah, well into circle 2. Oh my God. Her putting is unreal. She's missing by so little.
Yeah, and I mean, that one was uphill. It looked like a little bit of a low ceiling straddle. So much power.
Still dead center.
Own with a good save. But she's got to find those birdies if she wants to win this thing. Natalie in for a very easy birdie.
Ellie, unfortunately, going to have to take a double bogey here. First major blemish we've seen from her in a couple rounds. That green can be brutal.
Emily Weatherman ahead on the 12th. Makes the double mandatory with a nice turning backhand shot. She's going to be on the green, but have probably about 28 feet left. Yeah, actually a bit closer.
Nice not to have any ceiling here.
I'm glad they still include these ones because I just assumed she was going to make it.
Yeah, me too.
Gotcha.
Some nice pace, dead center.
And still such a tight race. Double shift here. Natalie in solo first. Emily Weatherman tied with Owen Scoggins, only 1 stroke behind Natalie. Holyn only 2 strokes back.
We just watched Emily play hole 12. It's a double mandatory that you have to work your way through, but don't go too far right at the end. I like the forehand, but it is risky because of that OB area. A backhand turnover works as well with the low speed discs. Ideally, just throw it low and maybe ramp over that little rock wall just at the circle's edge entering the green. Don't want to go too deep though, because it can take away all ability to putt on this elevated basket.
Holyn going forehand, overturns it, makes the mandatory, but she's going to be very tucked to the left.
It's brutal over there.
Can be. We always say that, and then it's like...
Not that bad
Yeah,
for
not
them.
that bad, so... Ooh,
Oh.
Natalie gets the skip over the rock wall. Love to see it.
Perfect little skip.
That was a pearl splash. Own with her rock 3. Dang. I mean, it's still really good, but it was looking pretty perfect. Just kind of kisses off a couple of things.
Yeah, such a technical backhand. Ellie trying to bounce back from that double bogey. We know she's got good spin on the disc, and she skips up. She's right on the edge of the circle, pretty severely elevated from the short side of that rock wall.
Ooh, Holyn.
Must have landed out of bounds.
Yeah.
Or maybe this is a provisional?
It could be a provisional. She made the mandatory, though, it looked like.
Yeah, there is some OB on the left short down there, so
yeah,
maybe
there
she just
is.
knocked down into that. All out of bounds on this hole, even if it's later in the fairway, go to the drop zone. So yeah, Holyn must have ended up in the OB.
Ellie doesn't cash that birdie putt. Own does, though. And that's big. She needs that right now.
There she is.
3 waves, 1 thumbs up.
I want to do the emoji so bad. wave, thumbs up. Holyn, unfortunately, going to have to card another bogey here. This hole will sneak up on you. Natalie with another birdie.
Yeah. Not quite pulling ahead, but definitely gaining some momentum.
And looking pretty composed.
What's up, guys? It's Ezra Robinson, and I'm here to show you how to use bird sauce from Dirty Birdie. Put a little dab on your fingers or wherever you want grip. Once you fan it, get some air on there, turns to chalk, and this will stay on for 6 to 9 holes. Clips to my bag, super easy, and I don't have to worry about it every single hole.
Hole 13, a difficult par 3, only 333 feet, but the shape is just mean. You can take this gap here that the drone is flying or take one out to the left with a forehand. Backhand turnover can work, but I think the forehand personally is the better play to get there. There is some OB down there, and it's also very, very slippery, so don't go down and to the right. We've seen very few birdies on this every day.
Emily Weatherman attacking this hole, taking the inside gap, and that is a tiny gap.
Looks like some good turn on it. She's going to be probably somewhere around edge of circle 2.
I like that she wasn't trying to be too aggressive here. Kind of taking what she's given. Gonna be really straightforward. Making the tester straddle putt for par. Natalie going super aggressive and going to have to deal with the reaction off that tree. That right side is really tough to recover your par from.
I'm going to go flex sidearm. Trying to go to the left. That looks like a really stable disc. Also gets the kick to the right, but not too deep in there. Ellie pulls that one, and the wind does not help her. Although it kicks most of the way through, it looks like.
She's like, there's no gap over there, but I'm going to make one. Pulls out a saw. Looks like a Frisbee.
That's looking really solid from Holyn.
That's great.
Wow.
No
that
one
is
does that.
clutch. ESP force.
Only 3 people got to circle 1 in regulation. Dang, that's good.
Natalie having to work the skip because the angle is so pinched off. She's going to have a chance.
That was a really great technical shot. Well executed. To even have a putt is impressive. Owen pulls it a little too far straight. She does get the skips, but she is in the woods. Speaking of the woods.
Yeah.
Does she she's able to
Up
pitch
and over.
out?
Pretty cool.
That corner is not forgiving. Owen also working her way onto the green. Gonna have to settle for bogey. Natalie concedes the bogey here. I think that's her first one of the round.
It is. All right. Okay, just shake that one off. Sweet birdie.
And a nice recovery par from Eliezra. Owen with the bogey on the 13th. Natalie as well. The 2 at the top. With those 2 bogeys, Holyn moving up, and Emily Weatherman as well, into that tie for second. Still holding on to that hot round. Hole 14. Always playing as one of the hardest holes on the course. Today, the 3rd most difficult. It's all about this drive that sets the tone for the rest of the hole. You do need to get distance, but placement is almost more important. You want to land in this area right here, ideally a little more left, because these low-hanging tree branches in this very small secondary gap really dictate whether or not you can approach the green. There's out of bounds all the way down the right-hand side as well that come into play. If you get tangled up over there, it can get really brutal really fast. Emily Weatherman going to show us the drive here, really working down that right side.
She's going to end up in a good spot, though. A little short, but center cut.
She's trusting that disc a lot. She's going so close to the trees on these type of holes.
Oh, wow. Beautiful approach. She's going to be inside the circle looking at a birdie. Bummer.
It's really difficult to get to circle one. Only 7 people made it.
And yet it's one of those ones that you think, I can get it.
Yeah, we all can.
606 feet. I got this.
You think, yeah, I want to go huge here, but it is so important to make sure you kind of go straight. Holyn's going to be way left.
Ooh, yeah. I wonder if... it'll be interesting to see what she does from there.
Yeah, she could go aggressive. If you're far enough off that corner, you can work a flex forehand or even a hyzer backhand. It's just a very aggressive play. I like Ellie getting a little bit more turn on this disc.
Yeah, it's looking really good. Some great distance. I think that's her aftershock. Natalie not trying to go crazy here, going lucid verdict, so slower speed disc, just trying to keep it in the middle.
I love that play.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a headwind here as well, so no need to try to throw a knifey driver. She's still going to land a little bit more left than you want, maybe.
Owen working more of kind of a flip-up hyzer.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, fantastic. Looks like she grabs the same disc here. She's going to have to work mostly a hyzer through here, throwing at the right side, letting it fade. That's too straight. And it's out of bounds. Man.
Yeah, she needed a little bit more height, a little bit more of a hyzer angle. It's bogey at best from there. Ellie dead center through the gap, though, with all the power.
Looks like she slipped a little even, and she's still only 15 feet away for a birdie.
She's really making disc golf look easy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, we can all do it. So, you know, a good player. Holyn decides to just pitch out, not risk the OB stroke. Trust that she can get up and down from there for par.
Natalie with a faster disc in hand. Looks like she's going to try to flex a forehand down to the pin. Overflexed. Very lucky to get through.
And not find that OB, right?
Holyn's third. Yeah.
A great shot.
Really good. Sometimes the depth perception is hard on this hole.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I wasn't I was like, I think it's good, but you'd never quite know till it lands. Owen kind of fluffing this one. Gonna have it's not far, but
she's had some putting struggles today. Natalie with a pretty fortunate break, just chipping up to the green.
Owen gonna take another bogey.
Ellie with the only birdie look on her card.
Very nice.
Heck yeah. One of only 4 today. Cynthia Ricciardi, Missy Gannon, and Hannah Wynn got it.
Ooh. That is a big mistake. Holyn with an easy birdie there. And with that bogey, man, things just keep tightening up. It's crazy.
Ellie gonna gain a stroke on her competitors, taking the only birdie on the day. Holyn gaining a stroke as well just by getting that par into a tie for third.
Hole 15 is a par 4. It's 550 feet. You want to get up this hill and past this tree on the left, but don't go too far. There's OB straight ahead. Then we turn sharply to the left, go down a pretty straight tunnel. It's not really a tunnel, a pretty straight fairway, and then the basket is tucked to the left past this final group of trees. There's OB on the right. That doesn't really come into play unless something really awful happens. Probably the most common mistake is to just fade in early left on the second shot and not really have a look at the pin.
Another check-in with Emily Weatherman. She is in the perfect position, gets past that guardian tree, has room to work the second shot, puts it nicely out wide. Well, there it is. Another birdie for Emily Weatherman.
Man, most is 16 down.
Ellie's definitely thinking about accidentally going too deep here. She puts a lot of hyzer on this disc. Gets around that guardian tree. She'll be on the deep side of the sloped green. Footing can be a little brutal over there, especially today. It was very slippery. It's an advantage to be up on the tall side where Holyn is landing.
Oh no. An inch OB for Holyn. And very few holes left. Natalie pushing pretty straight as well. Oh, fades back in. I think she's surprised.
Yeah, very fortunate break. She had already counted that one OB. Owen with the forehand. We were blown away by this yesterday. Still blown away today. Perfect placement.
So technical. Ellie stuck on this hill. It's going to be a really difficult shot. And look at that footing. I'm impressed that she was able to get that much power, honestly. And here's what... Oh, actually, she gets past the corner, and we'll have a putt.
Holyn so pinched that she can't throw a backhand here, trying to work a sidearm, straight pushing, and just give herself a circle's edge putt. And she does just that. That is extremely technical. Doing everything she can to just try to save the par here. Owen set up perfectly to get another birdie.
Really puts the move on this one and then fades just outside the circle, though. Or
inside,
just inside.
Yeah, I think she snuck in there at the last minute on the high side. She'll have a downhill putt.
Natalie, pretty fortunate to be inbounds here. She's way down here, looking to bounce back from those couple of birdies. Emily Weatherman now at 16 down.
Natalie having some funky footing, a little mud patch. She early releases and is going to be guarded by that last patch of trees. Not able to putt, but close enough where she can recover the par. That's one thing we've seen Natalie do really well all weekend is even if she does error, it's not by much, so she can always usually recover the par.
Ellie from circle's edge going a little bit uphill, unable to convert the birdie. Let's see if Holyn can save her par from just inside. Nice.
What a save. Man, her mental game is looking sharp. That is such an impressive par to recover.
Especially, sometimes it's so hard when you're just 1 inch out of bounds not to get hung up on that.
Yep. Own a lot of right side chains, but it doesn't grab. She's going to have to settle for another par. No one able to find birdie on hole 15. And Emily Weatherman's
Except for Emily Weatherman.
Yeah, she's going to take a stroke on everyone on lead card.
Wow.
I did not see that coming.
No. Let's see what she's doing here on 16.
All of a sudden, a really technical wooded hole, a nice little par 3.
Ooh, she's very fortunate to stay inbounds there. This is a tough scramble shot from over here, but she absolutely parks it.
Also fortunate to have a line over there.
Yeah, I mean, it was small. Like, that was a really technical upshot. She did a great job.
A lot of times there is no line on this hole.
Yeah.
The trees are placed so perfectly.
All right, so everyone looking to birdie this next one. Natalie can still catch her. Oh, check out Missy Gannon, by the way. 7 down through 16 and a tie for third.
Working her way up. We just saw Emily attack this short par 3. It's 305 feet, gettable by everyone, but it is a very tight gap. If you catch any of the trees on the left or right-hand side, you risk going out of bounds early. Later in the flight, it's not as bad, but the right side can be pretty brutal because if you get tangled up over there, sometimes you cannot recover your way onto the green. This one is a really nice little breath of fresh air. Glad they kept this one in the mix. Ellie just lacing another fairway.
Oh, man. Goes too deep, actually. We'll have to come back at it. Great looking shot. Holyn really early.
Yeah, this is where we see Holyn struggle sometimes, those wooded holes, but she misses, and thankfully misses that first fairway tree by enough to where she trickles down, maybe not quite in putting range.
Natalie early and gets a kick towards the OB, but I think she also stayed in. Owen pulling it more to the right side, trusting the disc to fade. All right, there she is.
Really nice job working our way up to the green. This played as the second easiest hole of the day, but there were only 15 birdies.
Just kind of having a hard time out there today, seems like.
Yeah. I think footing. I think everyone was thinking about their feet more than their arms.
Holyn with a long look, straddle putt uphill. Gonna be a par. 2 strokes back. Hole 17 looming. It's played as the most difficult hole the last 2 rounds.
Ellie with a tree right on the left side of her putt, but
Ooh.
Still makes good.
Let her bounce back from that double bogey. Oh, man.
Very surprising.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder if something else is going on. Just not her day. Right hand. Just outside the bullseye.
I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah. Man, not what you'd expect. Ellie, the only one able to get the birdie. Natalie still trailing Emily Weatherman by 1 stroke. Everyone else on the card, 2 strokes back.
Wow, it is so tight at the top right now. This is crazy.
It is nuts.
Look at that huge tie for third.
Yeah.
And these next 2 holes can change anything. We've watched, again, Holyn take big numbers on this, being the best player right now in the sport.
Hole 17, par 4, 493 feet. You want to get out of the gap and to the left or right, just not right behind this tree. Left is definitely more open. If you take the route the drone is flying, you got to deal with that low ceiling. The island is blind. You can see the pin, but not the stake, so you just have to trust yourself. The left side of the island is better than the right. If you do not land safe, you have to go to a drop zone. If you don't land safe from there, you have to go to another drop zone, and oh no, you tripled.
Happens fast.
Emily getting out to the left.
Great placement.
Ooh, and off that tree, which is good. She'll be able to attack from there, and she does.
This is a big uphill shot, blind. You can't see any of the OB flags, and she sneaks over the line. Just out. That's how you feel on this hole.
Yeah.
You're like, just outside the circle, putting towards very tight OB.
Honestly, Oh, man.
Wow.
Even a par on this one is taking strokes on people, but now she is forcing lead card to have to birdie this.
And what a great little soft bit at it. The OB comes up so fast behind the basket, and the green was really windy today.
That is crazy that she just made that.
Yeah, talk about clutch. In this moment, Ellie sneaks through all the trees.
She's in a great spot. Mm-hmm. Looks like a bit of a slip again, but every time she slips, it's still a perfect shot. Holyn, probably dealing with some nerves. And if she's not, sorry for putting that on you.
Ooh, and she is out of the gap. She's way down there in great
Beautiful.
position.
Also, really good shot. Oh man, almost pushes OB. The majority of the field landing definitely quite a bit shorter than these drives. These are very impressive.
Oh, and one of the few to go sidearm out this gap. Landing on the right side out of the gap is a great place to be as well. It really shortens the distance to the pin.
Yeah, just that low ceiling to contend with. And Own did get on the green yesterday going forehand.
Oh, man, that was really low out of her hand. That's such a technical shot with the low ceiling and the high floor. Ellie with a lot more room to work, still opting for a hyzer.
And she's inbound safely across. Oh, Holyn. It just
Got smushed. We think she's saying, whew. Well, wow. Hitting the koozie. Natalie is parked for birdie.
Easy birdie.
This again played as the most difficult hole of the day. There were more birdies today than the other days. We have 8 birdies today.
Yeah, maybe nothing left to lose.
But there were a lot of bogeys, doubles, and triples. What a shot from Natalie. Owen with his technical drop shot line, 190 feet to the bullseye. Holyn, doesn't quite get the redemption on this hole that she wants.
And still,
par's good.
yeah.
It's great on this hole.
I mean, it's still a 3-stroke improvement, but not what she needs to try to track down that victory. Ellie, though,
yes.
moves back to 15 under.
Hitting those hard to get holes. I'm gonna have to walk away with another bogey. Natalie, though, bullseye, tap-in birdie. Really regaining the composure after a couple bogeys, a couple pars. Flexing on the hardest hole of the day.
Man, wild. Another double shift. Own sliding back to 5th place. Emily Weatherman has a stroke lead through 17 holes over Natalie Ryan. Whew.
And they both got 17. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Hole 18 is no picnic in and of itself, 510 feet. It was the 5th most difficult hole of the day. This tee shot is similar, a little more forgiving than 17, but you do want to be left just the same. That OB line on the left side does come into play off the tee. You got to be careful and not go too far, but you want to get some distance because the second shot is perfect for a forehand. You don't want it to be too far. You can throw a backhand as well. You just have to carry OB for a little longer than you would like to.
Emily Weatherman in the lead. Gets out of the gap nicely. Some really good power on this and ends up a little on the left, which is what you want for sure.
Yeah, some nice fade on that disc. She's going to go for the turnover shot.
Which is definitely the more technical versus the sidearm, and she's inside the circle.
There was a nice wind for it. It does push that disc right.
No way! No way!
What a way to finish. Birdie on 17-18. Come on.
Yeah, and now forcing Natalie to make the birdie. No, she can't.
She can't.
She has to eagle it.
She has to
throw it in.
That's it. I mean, that takes the cake, right?
I mean, unless there's a throw in, which
there could be.
You know, there's a precedent for that. Some guy named James Conrad, I think.
I never heard of him. Ellie finding that OB line deep. Big arm problems.
Yeah. Natalie with a huge shot. This needs to dig and stay in bounds. It doesn't.
No.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
That is all she wrote. Emily Weatherman from Chase Card and birdieing 2 of the hardest holes to finish to secure the victory. That's insane.
It is truly unbelievable.
And she's going to be the first DGPT Elite winner from the Chase Card.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, what a cool title to have.
Yeah. Also, she's what? She's 18?
And in her rookie year on the Pro Tour.
Unbelievable.
Coming out winning an event on your rookie year, like, it's mind-blowing.
I also don't think she has a disc manufacturing sponsor, so I bet she
disc
will
sponsor.
soon. Yeah.
Wow.
I think. Sorry if I'm wrong on that, but there's a lot of unknowns when it comes to Emily Weatherman, but I bet we'll be seeing her more.
Yeah, we saw her perform really well at DDO. This is a little bit of a similar, like, park-style golf, and she is shining this weekend.
All right, let's watch our lead card finish up, just jockeying for position here. Holyn really pulls this. That has no chance of coming back in.
I love everyone dancing, even though there's no chance.
If you get hit by a Holyn Handley disc, you'll be bruised for weeks.
Yeah. A frustrating finish for Holyn. She's playing really great disc golf right now, just not quite putting it together on that final stretch.
But, I mean, she's all over the podium this year.
Yep.
And getting so many, podiums, top 10s.
So cool to see Eliezra with such a strong finish this week. She looked super consistent and comfortable. I know we'll see more of her on lead cards the rest of the year. And speaking of solid, Natalie Ryan with the mental game really shining today, even in times when it could have been tough, really holding on. And she's going to solidify, I think, that second place finish.
Holyn kind of saws that one off. She'll have some work left to do.
The mental stamina it requires to stay focused during this event can kind of all fall apart there at the end, but what a nice bogey putt for Holyn Handley.
I think she's going to slide into 5th with that one.
Owen going to try to finish this round off with some fireworks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and that's to jump Holyn, actually, to take 4th.
On a day where Owen leaves so many out there and she's only in 4th. That's crazy.
Yeah, she did leave a lot out there. And it'd be interesting to see her bounce back from this tournament. Oh man.
No.
Yep. And that's going to make it
a tie.
Pending, Ellie making this putt, a tie for second place. Wow, what a finish. A couple of young guns at the top.
I know there's a bunch of new Eliezra Midtlyng fans and a lot of new Emily Weatherman fans in the house, I'm sure.
What a crazy tournament. Congratulations, Emily Weatherman. You're Des Moines Challenge champion.
Did I tell you yesterday? You did, you told me. I did. You mad? I told you. I'm so proud of you. Oh my God. Let's go, girl. Woo!
2024 True Bank Des Moines Challenge presented by DGA, taking down her first DGPT Elite Series event. Emily,
Emily, the last chase card winner in the FPO division on the Disc Golf Pro Tour was in 2017. You just did that today at age 18 in your rookie season. How do you feel right now?
I don't know how I feel, honestly. It's kind of all just not hitting me yet, but I knew I could do it, and I came out here and I did it, and I'm really proud of myself.
Today, when you walked up to T1, how are you feeling?
I was feeling great. No nerves. I was just here to have fun, have a good time, and just throw some smooth shots.
Any people back home in Texas you want to thank?
My parents. I want to thank my parents and everybody in my hometown and the surrounding towns that have supported me and been commenting. Thank you all so much.
Congratulations, Emily. Back to you guys in the booth.
And look at that, a rookie with a win. We love to see it, especially from the chase card. That is crazy.
You can tell in her eyes that it hasn't settled in, though. I can't wait till it does.
I know. She's looking like a youngin' out there like, holy moly,
I did
here
it.
I am.
Hello.
Here I am.
Hey, world.
Yeah.
What a wild ride. Eliezra Midtlyng and Natalie Ryan tying for second, Own securing fourth place. That was some disc golf, people.
Yeah.
That's what we live for.
The fact that she beat everyone else with a hot round as well today is just mind-blowing. She just did it all. Some days it's just your day.
Yeah.
We are wrapping up the Des Moines Challenge now. We have a week off before going. We have some stuff happening across the pond.
Yep.
The European Open. Have you heard of it? So come hang and watch the Jomez coverage as well. Thanks again to the Founders Club. Again, a big congratulations to Emily Weatherman. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two hot geese.
Honk.
Honk.